Alright, welcome to the stream. Today, we're going to check out this game that came out for free on the Epic Games Store. Now, I know a lot of people have issues with the Epic Games Store, and I totally understand why. But free games are free games, so I'm going to take them. So today we're going to check out What Remains of Edith Finch. Now, this is going to be weird because I feel like I have played this before. I have this weird suspicion that I have, but I can't remember if it's that I have a memory of playing it, because it's not on the channel that I know of. So I don't know if I played it in my free time at some point, or if I'm remembering a Let's Play, or if I'm getting it confused with a different game entirely. So we're going to take a look at this and see how it goes. It looks like it'll run fine on my computer, which is good. Makes me happy. Oh, let me grab or get the get that out of there. Get that out of there. Okay. So it looks like everything's going to work okay with this. Turn this up a little bit. There we go. The game just jumps you right in. Like, it doesn't give you any kind of like prep time or a start menu or anything like that. It just jumps right in. So, ooh, that mouse sensitivity is low though. Let's bring that up a little bit, shall we? Let's try that. That's better. Oh.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Are there any subtitles? I don't see any subtitles. Damn. Okay. I'm gonna turn the sound effects just a little down, and the music down just a little bit to hear the audio better. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, hang on. XSplit looks like things are freaking out. Let me make sure that they aren't actually freaking out. As long as it looks okay here on the stream itself. That doesn't look good. Okay. Okay, drop everything down to medium. Try that out. See how that looks. No, still awful. Okay. Damn it! Come on. Oh, that looks so bad. It looks so bad! But it's working at least now. So now the question is, what was causing it to be so bad? I do that. Okay, that's still good. So what was it that caused the most? The effects quality, maybe? Draw distance? Let's try, yeah, let's try that. Nope! Alright, so we're gonna play it like this. Okay. At least we got it figured out. It looks like it'll be alright. Okay. Oh, I walk so slow. I can't run. That's a zoom? Shift is zoom? Okay, so it's right click.
I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Is this a walking simulator?
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Why does it sound like there's
I
someone
haven't
else
been
here?
since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Slenderman, are you following me?
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
Ooh, do I go that way? Or do I go that way? I want to go over here. Oh, come on, game. What are you doing? Let me see what's going on. Is it still working okay? Or no? Nope. Nope, it's not. Okay. Motherfucker. Nope. Literally everything's at low. Everything's as low as it'll go.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Good. God.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
Computer, what have you become? Seriously, what the fuck?
The house was exactly like I remembered it. The way I'd
That
been
is a
dreaming.
weird house. Oh, both paths come here. Oh, it didn't matter. Didn't matter which way I went. Oh, computer, what has happened to you? Who hurt you? I know it wasn't me. I've tried to keep you in pristine order. You're just
As a
getting
child,
old.
the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Just getting old, I know.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Look at that, pixelated. You know what? Here's what we're gonna play this as if it's intentionally done to look like shit. Like this is an artistic choice, and that's how we're gonna play it. This is all part of the artistic choice of this game. It is meant to look like this. That's how we're gonna do it. That's how we're gonna approach this.
Unlock the front door. It didn't.
Of course not. Why would it be easy? I don't see a keyhole on the garage door. Ooh.
The house.
Oh, I
felt like it had
can?
always been here. Even the swing set was older than my mother.
Did not actually think that would do anything. I'm very surprised that that did.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Yeah, that shit happens. You get older. Although 17, you're still pretty spry, so don't freak out yet. Wait till you're 30 or older.
The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Whoa.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Edith Eddie, Dawn, Lewis. So am I Edith then? Loving memory, Lewis Finch. I wonder. Now that we're inside. Yeah, now that we're inside, I can turn that up at least. Because it's not like a whole bunch of stuff.
Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
It's making that noise.
Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house. So we had Chinese a lot.
Slenderman! Slendy, are you here?
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
What happened?
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
What caused such an abrupt and quick departure?
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Sank? Like a sinkhole? What the fuck happened here? And why? How long has it been that you haven't been here, and there's all this shit that you didn't come back and get?
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Doesn't mean that we won't find a key for it.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
You're just gonna keep dancing around that, aren't you? You're not gonna say a single thing about it. What the fuck? What kind of door? What is going? What did they seal it with? Okay. Can I sit on that? No. Okay. I guess I'm going up the stairs.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
That's petty.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Does it work here? There we go.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Okay, well, in a minute. We're gonna go take a look at the other rooms real quick to see if any of them are... or see if there's anything else. Molly, 1937, 1940. 10 years old? Ooh. So when does this take place? (2010), 15 to 1964, 1976 to 1977. Wait, what? 1950 to 1961. Okay. I don't think these are the years they were alive. Like, born versus dead. I think this is more maybe the years they lived here.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Of course.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Odin, huh? Fitting name. if he's the beginning of all this. The All-Father. Alright. Let's go on in.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. But I had no idea what was behind that door.
And jump scare!
No idea where all this was gonna lead.
Dead body in the chair. Oh, okay.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here. Before my mom sealed the doors.
What we got here?
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Pumpkin!
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Damn.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Okay. Fish food?
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Okay. I guess we'll go back. Let's see. A starfish? Dissecting a starfish, were you?
I kept eating and eating.
Oh, you shouldn't do that!
I ate a lot of things that night.
Those aren't real, are they? Oh, no. Oh,
Then I heard
no.
chirping outside my window. It was a
Okay.
barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
Oh, no.
And suddenly, I was a cat.
What? What the fuck?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Oh, fuck.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
What is this game? Hang on a minute. If I go after that, or I can go
The
here.
babies were all gone.
Oh, damn. Here, I thought I was being clever.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
The fuck? Ah,
his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit.
what
She
the
was
actual...
almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What? What is this game?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good. Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What? What the fuck?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
This is so weird and confusing.
I was big, but I moved real quiet. I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
This is a weird game.
Passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
What the fuck is your imagination? Like, what? What? Is the good smell me? Okay.
I got closer and closer.
Yep. Okay, apparently I can't do that.
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time. but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
What the actual fuck?
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Close the book. Thank you. Her cat.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
(1937).
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't either. I probably would have just said dragon.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum.
Oh.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Huh. How do I get out of this? Okay. That's how.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Okay.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Okay then. Well.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah, no kidding. You don't say. What's that? There's a secret in this bathroom.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
All right. Step through.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Fort Calvin.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Oh, yeah.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly. But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Oh, God!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up.
Oh, God!
Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it.
Oh, goodness!
He'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Oh, this is awful.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Wow.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same
The exact same thing. Yep. Nope. I tried to as well. Close it. Oh, and now watching that, I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
What's with all these secret passageways?
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Dreadful stories.
Of all the stories
Yes,
people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, Her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also,
Oh, God.
I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later,
That's why.
Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent. She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
She's gonna, like, hit him hard, isn't she?
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
What is this game?
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh shit!
Returned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And whoever he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. alone. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Is it really Walter or something? Oh!
The hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Oh, what's gonna happen?
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh no!
Oh dear.
Was it the police? Oh!
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Nice.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Happy birthday, Barbara. There's a birthday cake still in here.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
I guess so. Let's go play with it. Here we are. There we are.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
Not quite as creepy down here as it was in the comic book. Although there is the saw.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot
What?
more than that.
I can't see shit.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories,
Whoa.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
30 years? Holy shit.
On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal.
Hey, John.
Most friendly.
Welcome to the stream. How you doing?
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired.
Oh, really?
Of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
It's really weird so far. I mean, I'm liking it, but
It's been
it's
a week
weird.
now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Wait, nope. There we go. It doesn't run well on my computer. Like, I have everything set to low right now because if I increase anything, it's just
I know it's out
can't
there
handle it.
somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara.
Yes,
Molly.
I read the comic.
And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Should probably get off the train tracks.
I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food.
Well, yeah, if you've had nothing but like
I
peaches.
don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Wow.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here. I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Alright. Let's see what's down here.
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two,
Maybe 2.
I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse.
Yes, I saw the one with the swing.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
Just a heads up,
Maybe
since
it'd
we're
be better if
outside
August
again.
just died with me.
Since we're outside again, the game might start, like, tanking. So, just a heads up.
But I thought you should know about your family.
Oh.
And the history you're a part of.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, unless there's something else that I could play
Though,
that's
to be honest,
a little
I'd be
shorter.
as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
There's a lot of outside. Okay. Well, as long as my computer can keep handling
Look
it.
at the house. Had that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness. Any of it seems possible.
Earlier, like, in some of the outside, yeah, like right now it seems like it's looking like it might be tanking a bit. Let me make sure, see what's going on here. See how it looks. If my phone will load shit. Come on. There we go. Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's chugging a bit. Alright. So, just do that. Like, and that seems to fix it. Okay. Yeah, I saw it's only like 2 to 3 hours, so I figured that'd be good for tonight. And then tomorrow will be the long stream to raise money.
We've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
So yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing the long stream to try and get some money.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Because I'm in very dire need for that right now. I think I kind of mentioned it before.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but...
my girlfriend, she lost her job, so it's kind of all falling on me right now. So
the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
it's Bailey. Dog, maybe?
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery. I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
I haven't seen the insane parts of the house yet. Oh, lovely. Let's see, where do I go from here? Back inside?
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand.
Yeah.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Huh.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself.
Also, with the way it's like super pixelated, I have just decided that that's just the way the game... It's an artistic choice, not my computer being total shit.
But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Aha, I knew it! I knew it. I knew that's who she was writing the letter to. He's writing the letter to her offspring.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense.
Yeah, nice bearskin rug, jeez. Alright, now we're back inside. There. Gonna get out of this on my phone for now.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Ooh, okay, hang on. Why is that causing issue?
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's this. Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Aw.
Oh man, this is not going well.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
What else am I looking for here? No, not what I needed. Okay. Yeah, it's causing some issues on the stream, I can see that. What am I looking for so I can get through this section?
Definitely definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper. Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip. Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need to be strong. Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh my god! Wow.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Okay, just making sure that my webcam is like actually in sync with the rest of what's going on here. So up, down, left, right. Let me make sure that it translated here. Okay, cool. It's instant sync again. Alright. It was being weird. I think we're just gonna have to leave the... What was that noise?
Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Is there another secret passage around here somewhere that I should be finding? There we are.
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
No, no. There you go. Gregory.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
This one is fucked. I thought the turning into a cat and a monster and all that stuff was fucked.
Time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello?
Probably shouldn't.
Sam,
Probably
I
should.
told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw.
Oh.
What his world was like. It reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was he saw. It sure made him happy.
There we go, all of them.
I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw.
Turn it back off! Turn it off! No!
There's so much I don't understand about Gregory. About everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy. And he'd want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
Damn. This is why I sit with my daughter in the bathtub, or like in the bathroom the whole time. Wow. Okay. Jeez.
I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart.
I feel like they're all pretty fucked.
I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that I
now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger.
Wow.
The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent.
Oh shit.
The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't. Until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Wow. Okay. Rock climbing wall. Nice.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died.
At the time, it was as far away as she could get.
She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later.
Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
You must be getting pretty tired. Especially if you're expecting.
When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
Homeschooled?
But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
Okay. Next one's your favorite. Okay.
Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Okay. Oh. That's cool. I love flip books.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
Next one's your favorite. Alright.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Okay, where to next? I guess I could go this way.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Alright, here we go.
Louis's room smelled very, very familiar.
Very familiar. Oh, really? Wow. No, I didn't. No, stop. Just because I turned around, it thought I wanted to go back. I was just looking.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Irony.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to...
But what?
wander.
Oh!
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more.
Oh,
I
God.
worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Louis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Louis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
Hey, Sonic. Well,
for them to play.
I've been hanging in there.
He talked about starting a band.
Girlfriend lost her job, so kind of freaking out about finances at the moment. So, if you
Every day his imagination grew stronger.
either want to, if you have any extra money you can donate, that'd be great. If not, and you can just share the stream, that would be great too. Just anything.
But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet,
Oh, camera's off. It's out of sync again.
were all in his
Okay, it's
imagination.
back now. Okay.
So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
This is crazy. Oh yeah, it is.
New
It is.
Louisville.
Shit. I think it's at the lowest, isn't it? Yeah. It's gonna have to. We're just gonna have to. Sorry, but it's gonna just have to be like that. I'm afraid.
St. Louis.
At least till we get
Started
through this
drifting
part.
away from our reality.
I think having these like layers of different
In the
things
afternoon,
going on is what's
until
causing
one
the
day
problem
he forgot
here.
to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a
Handsome
handsome
queen?
queen.
Sure. Yeah, it doesn't help that like my engine light on my car actually just went off yesterday,
The
and
queen
that
was on her
was
own
like,
quest for radiant rainbows. He followed the sound of her
electric sitar, yeah.
electric sitar.
It looks like it has something to do with the
His chase led
evap
him to
system.
a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming.
Oh, this is really tanking it, isn't
And then it
it?
struck
Oh,
him that the real Louis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Alright, now we're good. Everything's good to go now. We're good. We're fine. Everything's back to normal now.
He began to forget the world we know.
That's it. It's like almost like a weird hybrid of like a Switch and like a Game Boy or something.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Is it hitting the CPU, the GPU? Looks like, according to XSplit, the CPU is doing more work right now. It's at about, it's balancing at about 90%, 80 to 90% right now, while the GPU is only about 60%.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
What am I running? Like applications? If it's applications, all I have running is XSplit, Restream, and Audition in the game. I thought about switching over to OBS to see if it would be better, but the thing is I pay for XSplit. It should be better if I'm paying for it. Oh, like what's my CPU, what's my GPU? My CPU is an AMD. It's an AMD 8-core processor, 4 gigahertz.
There was only one thing left to do.
And then my GPU is a Radeon R7 270X Toxic.
Bend down his head. I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Jeez. But yeah, if you go to my About page on the YouTube channel, it should give a link to my my specs. Okay, so all I got left is Edie. Okay, I pushed it. it just decided to pull.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder. I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Okay, yep, let's hear that. What happened? It is very impractical. Impractical.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
History of the Finches.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years.
Wow.
God, it smelled awful.
I would imagine.
I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Just keep going straight.
I got turned around.
Oh, come on. That's not fair.
For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things.
Strange things.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car and I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
And I always wore these the fingerless gloves.
Best of it.
Does everybody else do that? You just do this in the wind because it feels cool.
My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
Am I where I think I am?
And tell you all these stories myself.
Am I?
But I guess
am
I'm
I
reading this now.
Am I on my?
Work out that way.
Am I on my way out of the? I think so. I think I'm being born.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I
Yep.
won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
We've all been there. Yep. That's very true. We've all been in that same exact situation. That was cool. For Shirley Dallas, 1948 to 2013. There, hang on a second. And then let's there, that's better. Because I don't think that this is going to tank my computer, because it's simply just pictures. Nice picture. Short story she wrote. Okay. That hat looks like almost like Clementine's hat. This was really cool though. I liked it a lot. It was weird, but like super enjoyable and like creative, and it even though it was like a walking simulator, it was a walking simulator that kept things new and fresh and different. So it never felt like you were just doing the same thing. Actually, so if I change the shadows probably to Ultra. There we go. Now it looks normal. Ethan Carter. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Because that's what I said at the beginning of the stream. I'm like, I feel like I've played this before, but I wasn't sure, or if I thought I was getting it mixed up with a different game, or if I had watched a playthrough of this on somebody else's channel. I'm guessing I probably got it mixed up with Ethan Carter. Because was Ethan Carter the one that, like, there was something about, like, a fire, eventually, somewhere in the game? Something like that. I can't remember. So when I first loaded this up, okay, then that's what I got it confused with. Because I kept, like, I was loading it up and I'm like, this looks so familiar. I'm like, have I played this already? But no. Okay, so I was getting it mixed up with Ethan Carter. Okay. Which was also a really cool game. Gotta love that, like, in this instance, my computer can handle ultra settings on shadows and textures and high resolution, no problem. Start moving around, and it's like, nope, can't do it. Just takes a shit. Computers are weird. They're nice and they're cool, but they're so weird. Because, like, right now, you could look at this and be like, man, your computer's fine. It looks like it can handle things really well. And then other times it's just like, yeah, no, your computer is fucked, dude. Everybody's gone to the Rapture. That one I haven't played. So, what happens if I click play? Does it just start over? Okay, so yeah, it just starts it over again. So that is What Remains of Edith Finch. I almost said What Remains of Ethan Carter. I don't have it, no. But, okay. Oh! That was really cool, though. I enjoyed that. What are these? Oh, are they the pets? No. What are they? Edith, Milton, Lewis, Dawn, Gus, Gregory, Walter, Sam, Calvin, Barbara, Molly. Sven. Sven was... Oh, wait. Okay, I think it's the partner. Yeah. Yep, that's right. Okay, yeah, partners. So, okay. Well, that is going to do it for... Played it a few nights ago. Nice. Yeah, so that's going to do it for the stream tonight. Again, tomorrow is going to be the long stream. If you have suggestions on something you want me to play, feel free to let me know either here or on Twitter. And I'm gonna have to. I think I might have to put together some stuff to get people to donate, because I need tomorrow to be a big day for getting donations. So I don't know what I'll do. I'll put together something though to get some donations. I don't know, but anyway, till tomorrow. Everyone have a nice night. Take care. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the extra long stream. When I'm going to start, I'm not sure. Just because typically if I start a little bit later, it seems like I do better. So I might start later in the day. Maybe do like 1 to 7 or 12 to 6 or something. But we'll figure it out. So, all right. Well, everybody have a nice night. Take care. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the long Help Me stream. So